What's happening, people? Liverpool Prophet back again with another video. More Liverpool related transfer news to talk about. You know the drill, guys. Before we get into everything, do like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way. I do appreciate it. Today, there's more news on Alexander Isak. Of course, there's news on a centre back. I haven't spoken about a centre back in a while, and there's news on three centre backs, actually, not just one, three centre backs that could potentially come in. I wanted to touch a bit on Harvey Elliot as well, who we know is going to leave Liverpool this summer most likely, but a club that has emerged as a candidate to sign him that I didn't expect, but I can see it. So, guys, let's get into it. You know what? Today, I'm going to start with the centre back situation. So, as we know, Liverpool have been monitoring Mark Guehi for a while. Now, the centre back situation is a very interesting one because obviously at the moment we currently have Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahim Konate, and Joe Gomez as our centre backs. We've let Joao Quanta go to Bayer Leverkusen, so we're short one. So we do need one centre back, another centre back for cover, and we have no idea what's going to happen with Ibrahim Konate's contract situation. So we don't know whether he'll stay or go. So we could potentially need two centre backs, right? Now, Mark Guehi is a target for Liverpool. The issue is, with Konate still here, Guehi isn't guaranteed first team football regularly. Konate will obviously be partnering Van Dijk. The only way Guehi is going to get first team football is if I feel Konate picks up a niggle or if he's out for a sustainable period of time. Other than that, I expect Konate to partner Virg. That's just how it is. So again, because of that, I think the Guehi deal is in jeopardy because Guehi will probably look at this and think, I'm not guaranteed first team football at Liverpool. Now, I know Guehi's contract is up next summer, so if he doesn't move this summer, he will 100% probably move next summer. If not to Liverpool, elsewhere, because I'm sure another big club will be more than happy to sign him up. But yeah, we are in the need of a centre-back. Now, obviously, Joao Quanta's move to Bayern Munich has increased the need for us to add central defensive options. Like I said, at 34, Van Dijk needs to be managed carefully. Konate and Gomez as well, both injury-plagued throughout their career. They both pick up knocks. So we've scouted three centre-backs. We've got Joel Ordenge from Club Brugge, Wolfsburg's Konstantinos Kalarakis, hopefully I've said that right, and Parma defender Giovanni Leone. So these are three centre-backs that we have scouted and looked at. I can't say I know who they are. I'm going to have to do some research on all three of them, but these are the three that Liverpool have apparently scouted. Now, this tells me that Liverpool are preparing for probably preparing to not go for Mark Guehi this summer. I think the first team football thing is going to play a big part in Guehi not wanting to join. He's not going to be guaranteed minutes, unfortunately. So I think he'll probably stay at Palace this summer and move next summer on a free. But I don't think Palace would want to do that, to be fair. I think Palace would be crazy to let him go on a free. So they're going to want to sell him this summer, really. But we're looking at three other centre-backs now to bring in. Obviously, these three here are probably more likely to come in as cover, and they're probably happier to come in as cover. Whereas, obviously, Guehi wanted to be a first-team player. But you've got Joao Ordenge from Club Brugge, Konstantinos Kalarakis, and Giovanni Leone. I've heard a bit about Giovanni Leone, not much, but I hear he's a pretty good, decent defender. I can't say I know who Joao Ordenge is, and I can't say I know who Konstantinos Kalarakis is. They're two centre-backs that I have no idea who they are. Anyway, these three have all been noted as potential options by Liverpool scouts, but no significant progress has been made yet. As I mentioned, Guehi is obviously Crystal Palace's captain. Apparently, Guehi is still a target to Liverpool, but Liverpool are, unfortunately, unwilling to meet Palace's demands, whether that is a fee or whatever. But recent reports have suggested that the England international's asking price may have dropped, but the Reds don't want to be drawn into a long saga. Understandable. Season starts in 2 weeks' time, guys. 2 weeks' time the season starts, and we still need a striker. We still need to sort the Isak thing out. We still need to go get a left winger, potentially a right winger, too, and a centre-back. So, obviously, we don't want to get drawn into a 2-week saga, because if we get drawn into a battle with Palace, by the time the season starts, Guehi's in, but we've missed out on strengthening other positions that we need to focus on. So, rightly so, Liverpool are looking to get this. Well, want to get the centre back in as quickly as possible and not be drawn into a 1-2 week saga like we were with Florian Wirtz. So, I think it's a smart move. There we go. Again, he's not guaranteed first team football. That's an issue. At 21, that's interesting, ain't it? Very interesting. We'll see where that centre back situation goes. To be fair, it's going to be interesting. Who we get in. I don't think Liverpool will sign Mark Guehi now. I'll be honest. I think he'll move somewhere else this summer, or he'll move for free next summer to another big club, because another big club will sign the guy because he's a good centre back. But I don't think we will go for Guehi. So I think the other three options are more likely now for us to look into the market too, and I'm okay with that. To be fair. I think it's not the end of the world, I'll be honest. I think Guehi's a good centre-back, but there are plenty of other good centre-backs out there too we can go for. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with the centre-back situation, but we do need to move quickly on it, and we do need to sort it out. I wanted to move on to Harvey Elliot now. Now, look, everyone's expecting Harvey Elliot to be moved on this summer and to leave Liverpool Football Club this window. I agree. I've said before, I think with Wirtz here, with McAllister, with Gravenberch, with Szoboszlai, with Jones. That's 5 midfielders there. Elliot, at best, is a 6th choice midfielder at the moment. Under Klopp, he played a lot more because we were pretty weak in that area. Even last season, he played quite a bit. But now that we've strengthened the team and we've brought in new additions, Elliot doesn't really fit into Scott's plans, let's be honest. He's not really a player that I think Arne Slot has taken to, like Klopp did. Klopp seemed to love playing Harvey Elliot, but whatever reason, Arne Slot doesn't feel the same way. He doesn't really rate Elliot up there, and he doesn't think Elliot is someone in his plans for the future, which is more than fine. To be fair, it's more than fine. But like I said, Elliot looking to move on. There are a couple of clubs being interested. He's being linked to. Sorry, he was linked to a move to Bayer Leverkusen. Obviously, with Joel Kwanzaa going there, at the time it looked like we could sell two there. We could also send Harvey Elliott over there too. But with how Leverkusen were with the Wirtz thing, how they kind of tried to do a 180 last minute and try and keep the guy, I don't think Liverpool potentially or probably want to go back in and do business with Leverkusen after what happened there. So I don't think he'll move to Bayer Leverkusen. I think he can definitely move to another big club in the Premier League. He's definitely got a big move in him. I said he could do well at Brighton under Fabian Hertzler. I think Brighton play the right type of football. They're a progressive team. They usually challenge for Europe. I think that would be a good option for him. I see he could also a Newcastle as well, another team. But again, with what's happened with Alexander Isak, do we really want to do business with Newcastle again in the future? Probably not. So I think I'd rule the Newcastle move out. And also, there were links of him to West Ham. Now, West Ham's a tough one, I can't lie. I don't know what to make of West Ham. I think a lot of people seem to think West Ham are going to struggle this year. They're going to be in a relegation battle, which I'm not too sure. I think they have a decent team on paper. And really, with Graham Potter there, they should be challenging for Europe. With Graham Potter, that they're going to play the right type of football. They're going to want to, have the ball a lot. They're going to want to make stuff happen. And I think Graham Potter is another good coach, and he could work well, or Elliot could work well under him. So I wouldn't rule the West Ham move out. Either. Even a Crystal Palace, I think Elliot could do well at somewhere like a Crystal Palace or Bournemouth. I think there's options there for him if he wants to take them, obviously. But obviously, I think the main option that's happening now is in case people didn't know, Tottenham Hotspur played a pre-season friendly with Arsenal the other day. They won 1-0, but I believe James Maddison got injured. And from the looks of it, James Maddison is going to be out for Spurs for quite a while. Obviously, touch wood, hopefully he gets better soon. You never want to see a player injured, but it's opened the door to Harvey Elliott now potentially going in to Tottenham as a James Maddison backup replacement. Now, like I said, Maddison is expected to probably be out for a decent, sustainable period of time. That then opens the door for Elliott to go in there. And is Elliott a player that would do well for Spurs? Absolutely. I think he would do very well for Spurs. I think Thomas Frank He's a great coach, Premier League proven. I think he'll have a good season for Spurs. And I think he could definitely get the best out of Harvey Elliot too. I think Elliot under Thomas Frank could do well. And again, Spurs, they're going to play the right type of football. They're going to want to have the ball a lot as well. They're going to be attacking. They're not going to be a team that are just going to camp on the edge, camp in their own half. They're not a pragmatic team. They're going to play decent football. And I think Elliot can benefit from that again. So I think Elliot to Spurs, I think it's a good move for the lad. I think it's a very, very good move for the guy. And if I was Elliot, I'd be looking at that and thinking, you know what? That's a good move for me. Considering I'm being linked to the likes of Brighton, Palace, West Ham, I think Spurs is probably the best move for me. And I think it would be a good move for him. I think he'll do very well at Spurs. Obviously, when Maddison does come back, that may cause a bit of an issue for Harvey Elliott. But should he have a good year at Spurs if he goes there, then obviously Maddison's going to have to come back and earn his way into the Tottenham team, let's be honest. So I like this Elliott and Tottenham thing. I think it's a good move. And I think with Maddison being injured, I would expect Spurs to potentially come in and make a move for Harvey Elliott. And I think Liverpool would, be more than happy to do business with Spurs over this transfer because, look, I don't want to keep Harvey Elliott here next year because I feel that if he's here next year, he's going to have limited game time. He's hardly going to play. He might get an odd game in a couple too, but I think he's a very good footballer. And him just being here rotting away in the bench or the reserves isn't going to be great for his career, let's be honest. It's not going to be good for him. So he needs to move for his career and for his football because he needs to be playing regular first-team football. He's more than good enough, in my opinion, to play regular first-team football. Maybe not for us, but definitely for another club. He's definitely good enough to play regular first-team, and I think he will. I think Elliot will be gone, and good luck to Elliot wherever he goes. Like I said, options are open. Options are there for Harvey Elliot this summer. Wherever he wants to go, whatever options he wants to take, he can take them. So we'll see what happens with Elliot and Spurs. But I think Tottenham will come in and make a move for Elliot. I think they will. But guys, that is all for me today. I'm going to head off. I'll be back very soon with more Liverpool related news. Remember, on your way out, do drop a like, a sub, and a comment. I'll be back very soon with more transfer news. Looking forward to the season starting. We're almost there, guys. 2 weeks away. Let's go, man. Up the Reds.